Hello, hello, hello! How's everybody doing? We're coming back to Moose Water Tales. Last where we left off, we had a session between our broadcasted sessions where there was a little bit of downtime, a little bit of figuring out people's personal stories, and Terrorless had, in a very standard Terrorless fashion, decided to teleport himself to the Shadow Plane, while describing a completely incorrect recipe for, I believe, was it a martini? Was it a margarita? I don't even remember anymore. It was a very Terrorless exit, and everyone else had to just deal with the fallout. However, before that, in the session you all watched, Gordy died. He was blasted with a powerful item called a Ring of Stars, and then failed his death saving throw. Gordy passed from the world of the living, and last time, while everyone dealt with the fallout of Gordy's death, there was a ceremony, a ritual, and a resurrection. And it is there that we focus in. Gordy. Far above you, you see the massive, endlessly stretching ceiling of what used to be a dwarven hall that has been since changed and reconstructed to fit the needs of this ancient golden dragon. It is the first thing you see, as well as the slightly wrinkled face of the Vision in Gold, currently wearing a human form, smiling down at you, flashing brilliant white teeth. Well, I'm very glad that worked. Oh, I wouldn't move too quickly. You are going to be dealing with a nasty condition right now. Sometimes people get brought back. They feel a little... How would I put this? It's kind of like seasickness, but life sickness? I don't really know. I don't think there's a quaint way to put it. But you will not be feeling too well for maybe the next 4 days.
I changed my mind. Send me back.
Oh, don't be like that yet. We can maybe decide after 4 days have passed. Your judgment is not going to be great. Specifically, you have a -4 to all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks, and that will reduce by 1 for every long rest. If you ever need to reference that, look at the Raise Dead spell.
Gotcha.
You should be all right. Oh yeah, you're not leaking any fluids out of any orifices. You seem fine.
The others make it out of there?
Oh yes, they are perfectly fine. At least my guard tells me so. A little shaken up, but fine.
Oh. Where the heck did I get here?
Ooh. Well, they handed your body over to one of my Drake riders, and the wyvern flew you here, where they needed to call me back from my own business, and I had a diamond to spare, so here you are.
Well, I suppose thanks are in order. What do I owe you?
Oh, nothing. You've done plenty of good in this world, and I like having good things in this world. You're fine. He offers down a hand to help you out.
Yep, I'll take it.
A firm, incredibly strong arm pulls you and your massive form straight up to your feet before you have even a chance to get yourself up.
And I instinctively notice the weight of Roberta ain't there, and oh, please tell me they got my ex.
Last I heard, yes. Yes. They have your
Okay.
ex.
Okay,
We're
good. I'll smack Gurren if he didn't grab it. What about
Adventurers. Fun breed.
what about the waggle fingers that put me down? He
Ooh,
get away?
that, from what I'm told, he is gone. I haven't been told the details, but he is, to my knowledge, handled. Was hoping you could tell me a little bit more about that, but I assume you died before seeing the end of that.
Yeah, the little bugger hit me with some, I don't know, lightning shot out of his fingers there, and then I saw a ring glow and felt burning, and that was about it.
Hmm. You're all right now. Don't make a habit of dying.
Yeah, no,
You're all
this
right.
isn't pleasant, no.
It's more difficult to bring someone back each time they pass that veil.
Yeah, no, I can see why. Well, thank you, your goldness.
Your goal, that is a new one. I've never gotten that particular one before.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not much for etiquette or curtsying or any of that crap, but
You are fine.
I guess I'll get out of your hair, scales, stuff.
I'm inviting your companions here. That way I can get a report and they can have you, and we make sure you don't pass out somewhere on the road. It's perhaps better for everyone.
Oh, I don't mean to be a bother, and I collapse and fall asleep.
You should get him a bed or something. As we cut away from that, as he goes down, lifts you back up, and like starts gesturing for some dwarves to grab a bed for you. Wilhelm, Nynx, Jinto. The events happen back in town. Terrorless is gone. You have been called to the castle to, in their words, retrieve your friend.
Do we want to walk?
How else are we getting there?
I mean, we could run.
I thought you could have a teleport spell.
I can. I can't cast it, but I have heard of people who could cast it.
Oh, okay. I always think that your new cloak does more than it does. So, okay, I'll keep walking, I guess. Just following Nix and trying to find out what else his cloak cannot do.
Mm-hmm. Doing your best as Jinto's just kind of asking about the magical effects. You are moving further and further towards Shepherd's Mountain. Closer and closer you draw. Wilhelm, how are you doing right now?
Just sitting on Misfit's back, riding, keeping quiet, kind of keeping to my own thoughts, as scrambled as they might be. A lot of complexities, I suppose. A big struggle between what's right and what's wrong. Thinking about what I did, comparing that to right and wrong. There's a portion of it that I feel was not wrong, for me. Thinking about how the rest of the party currently perceives me, and probably a lot more heavily thinking about what Gordy's going to think when he finds out. So, yeah, just a lot of what ifs and I don't know if I've reached a point of second guessing this gift or curse. I don't know if I've reached that point yet of second guessing it, but I think the seeing the way that the rest of my friends are now looking at me and the fear of how Gordy's going to feel about it, I think are kind of pushing me in a direction of I got some things I need to figure out.
All right.
But there's also still that, oh shoot, the resonance, I suppose, that lasting resonance of power. So
The aftertaste of power is strong. And you reached for it once. In similar situations, it's only going to get easier. You'll only be able to reach farther. As you continue on, sun setting slightly so that shadows play across the many different peaks of the mountain. You're brought once again to the gate, which opens without you having to announce yourselves. Guards move to guide you in. Music started a little bit early. But as the gates open and we continue moving in, you see the wide room around you. And you see Gordy, who's been helped up into like this cushioned chair, a few dwarves kind of helping him up as the shepherd himself is there. Kind of resting a hand on his shoulder, looking him over again. Right, we should not try and stand anytime soon. And you notice he is very well alive and breathing, his eyes open.
I would immediately run over and jump in Gordy's lap.
Nope. Still sore. Easy. Burn.
Sorry. You're alive. That's all that matters. You're alive.
Unfortunately.
Thought I lost you, man.
Well, I mean, you did, but, stiff. Have you tried this pudding stuff? This stuff's awesome. Here, try
it. Maybe later. Like, how are you?
Huh? But pudding. All right,
No,
fine.
he has a point.
Splatters on the ground. You see the shepherd just kind of look over at it, wave his hand, disappears. Seems a little bit irritated, but doesn't say anything.
Oh, I was gonna finish that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. What about you fellas? The waggle finger. Did you get him?
Yeah, we did.
Well,
I'm gonna jerk my head back toward Ninx. I'm not gonna shoot him a dirty look or anything. Just jerk my head back towards him, and then look back at Gordy. Yeah, he's gone. He won't be bothering anybody else.
Is there any way I could see the body to confirm?
Nope.
No.
Yep, that's gone. All of it's just gone.
The body is gone.
Yep.
I think we have his mask though.
All right. And I see you're wearing a...
I haven't put on the cloak yet.
All right. Yeah. Sees the mask. Suppose that is something.
Yeah, when he died, his body just disappeared.
Concerning. Suppose he might have clones out there, but at least he is off of my island. So, job well done. believe I owe you all payment, correct?
Well, I don't know if I get anything. You brought me back, so.
It is nothing. You've been very helpful. And again, I enjoy good in the world. One cannot take good things for granted. He waves his hand, and all of you are presented with 3,000 gold in large, heavy chests. I believe this is the gold amount. Were you all negotiating for a look at my own private hoard of magical items? I believe that had been mentioned before.
Yeah, just a look. I think we talked about it. And then I turned to Gordy and whispers like, I think your resurrection robes is like open the back. You should get your armor back on really quickly. You know those hospital gowns with open backs.
Oh, no, I never. They ain't nothing anybody's never seen before.
Huh. You all would still like to look at the magical items, correct?
If that's okay, if that's possible.
Of course. And we can negotiate that. And what are your plans here? You've done a job for me. I heavily appreciate it. I'm still busy. Are you looking for more work? We can discuss that later, of course.
Yeah, if you don't mind, my chest is still a little concave.
Yeah.
I learned that word specifically because my chest is that.
Right. We'll give you proper days of rest. Just you are very curious to me. Well, I will show you some of the items I collected and some of the toys you may find useful. I don't know if I can purely give you these things, but you've done good, and I may entrust certain things to you on a loan of a good deed. He
Looking
continues.
over at Jinto, are his eyes like all big and sparkly like anime style?
Probably, yeah.
A little bit of drool.
How many bags of holding do you have on you? I think that's
Bags of holding?
yeah.
85.
Oh my god.
Well, there you go, Jinto. All you.
It's like a dream's come true.
I
85.
mean, 85 I'm not using right now.
Yeah.
Yes? Sorry, why do you ask?
Oh, mine just exploded the other day, so I'm looking for a new one.
We'll find a replacement then. That's easy enough. It's a bag of holding. Continues going along. Nobody has ever been that disdainful about a bag of holding you've ever met. That is absolutely a strange reaction. So he begins moving throughout the halls. He shows you a variety of implements, leading along very specific hallways. He gestures at several suits of armor, noting to you that they are animated suits of armor in case you would like something to defend your property or homes. He has plenty of them and has no need of these ones specifically. He gestures towards a rug of smothering that he's kind of not a fan of. It's a little violent for him. He continues on and then starts giving to stuff that you might be interested in. He notes many potion collections, as well as what seems to be a collection of elven bows, all of which are magically enchanted, plus one bow basically, all throughout them. Just general collections he's had of, rather than like what you're seeing of like one ancient artifact, he's showing you vast collections of what seem to be like armadas worth of minor magical items at first. He goes through and through, points over towards what seems to be a chef tools. Like, these are fun. have you ever had cooking so good that it increases your vitality?
Yeah. Oh God, there were a
Corey's
couple.
wife cooks pretty good.
Well, I was going to say, on pain of death, I got to answer yes.
These will quite literally increase your physical constitution. If meals are cooked with this and a proper cook uses them, you might receive a certain amount of temporary assistance to your health. Of course, if someone does not cook well enough for them, they will attempt to kill whoever failed to cook.
Well, that answers my next question.
They're just a useful artifact. I will take you to things you might find more interesting. I have a scrying orb down here that I could be convinced to part with. Continues along, shows you an orb of scrying, which is a magical item that can be used to cast scry once a day. It is basically a item that holds that spell. It's this kind of mystical green thing that when he runs a finger over it, you see the mist kind of realize. And you can, of course, use this for whatever purpose you'd want from scrying orb. I will warn you, I took this from a particular green dragon who did not deserve to have such a fount of information. So, it is of a fouler nature, but it works just fine in the right hands.
I thought, did you kill him for it?
Oh, for the orb? No. No, I'm not a common thief. I just happened upon the orb after I had dealt with the dragon.
All right.
He was causing quite a bit of trouble to those surrounding him. He enjoyed corrupting nearby politicians, so I saw fit to end his reign in a very direct manner.
Oh, what was his name, by the way?
Oh. He actually has to think on this. Which green one was that? Was it Telfax? No. No. I believe this was the one who called itself the Death in Emerald. Very pretentious name.
Yeah, because pretty sure the Emerald Dragons would be pretty upset about that.
Yes, I imagine they would be. But green, death and green, I suppose, didn't sound as lofty to them. We can continue on if nothing's catching your fancy. He continues on, shows you things like bracers of ogre strength, a variety of things. What seems to be a flying carpet goes past that as he shows it. The flying carpet's name is Rodolfo. It won't respond unless you call it Rodolfo.
Oh, that's nice.
It's quirky, interesting. I bought this off a genie.
I'd say hi to Rodolfo.
It immediately raises up, and one of the tassels waves at you. Rodolfo. Thank you, Rodolfo. Please enjoy your nap. He continues past. What would you all be looking for specifically? If you're looking for anything. I love showing off my collections. A selfish thing that I do enjoy, but if you all showed interest in looking through some of my items here.
What are some of your oldest magical things that you have collected?
The oldest I'm willing to show you?
Sure. I mean, like, we're just curious.
There are things that I do not feel comfortable sharing with anyone, or rather people who haven't earned a certain level of trust. You all have helped me greatly, but we've known each other for, what, a week? Not even? I will show you something interesting, though. He brings you into a room with a variety of items. Points at two mirrors. These are not what I want to show you, but they're very fun as well. These are teleportation gates. They cause instantaneous and permanent gates between two locations. All one needs to do is place both hands against their reflection, and strangely enough, give themselves a kiss, and they are able to pass through. It's a strange thing. I found it in the tower of a particularly vain wizard, but they're useful, especially for those of you who do not have methods of teleportation on your own. Moves past that, and he goes over to what seems to be this big dais with a half sphere of metal containing it. He traces a finger along two sides of it, and you watch as it folds outwards. And you watch as he picks up a ring. Now this one is old. I'm folding it between his hands. This is a ring of invisibility. I should warn you, it is cursed heavily. It's still usable, but I haven't been able to separate the enchantment from the curse. It does indeed provide either invisibility, the common spell, or greater invisibility, but it takes life in exchange for it. It doesn't give it back either until the day is out. It's a nasty little thing. It is called the Thief's Bane.
Interesting.
I believe it was created with the intent to punish thieves for their own greed. Sort of life lesson in a magic item. It is incredibly powerful, incredibly useful, but nasty. It seeks to destroy its wearer.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But it is incredibly powerful.
This is insane. How do you even go about removing a curse like that?
I have no idea. I've been trying to remove a curse like that for a very long time. It's been a side project of mine. I haven't found a way to disconnect it. It's interwoven with the enchantment, so the curse is tied deeply into it. Stuck in metal and magic like marrow and bone.
What make is it? Is it dwarven or elvish made, or is it older than that?
Specifically, it seems to be of. And he once again looks at it, considers it. Do you know of the Gith?
I think my character would have heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave a few things.
God bless you.
Their strange form of leadership made this ring, and one of the many assassins that have been sent after me once wore this. I don't wear it anymore, but I believe it was indeed created by the Githyanki.
Oh, they are powerful indeed.
But
Mr. Shepard.
Yeah.
I like to dabble in a bit of the arcane myself and have the ability to make items magical on occasion. I was just wondering if you've come across any artificers or tinkerers, and whether or not you've managed to add anything to your collection that might be able to aid a tinkerer that is trying to become better at his skill.
I have a few tinkerers in my employ, a few skilled in artifice. I don't know if they could quite come to your level, but I do have a few artifacts packed away from old days and old kingdoms where people reached far into those sorts of fields. I myself am a humble cleric. I find my powers from faith, not purely from study, so I may not be able to help you directly, but I have things in my collection that may aid you.
I would love to be able to take a look when you have time.
I do have an hourglass you might find interesting.
Oh,
But is this what you were looking for?
I mean, me personally, potion of healing would be plenty for me to avoid, the whole thing again. It's fine.
I have many. I am having them mass produced. I could spare some, of course, for you. Yes.
Oh, I only wanted one. Okay.
Oh, one? I was thinking more along the lines of 5, considering you have done a great service for me. If you wish to gain magic items, I can give 5 potions of maybe a greater potency. It seems you're at the stage where you prefer something a bit more potent, perhaps, and he's offering you 5 greater healing potions.
Sure, thank you. I'd really appreciate that. That's
We'll have them
plenty for me.
delivered to your room.
Thank you.
I would ask, do you have anything that's similar to healing potions, but like maybe an amulet that when you drink beer, it gives you health back again?
What?
I can't say I have anything that seems like an item that would encourage alcoholism.
Yeah, but sometimes you just don't have like potions on hand, but you do have alcohol because we do have a tavern,
Right.
so with plenty of alcohol. If we can
I
turn
can't
the
say I've
alcohol,
ever encountered an item. One
Yeah.
shudders to think at who would ever have created
Yep.
such an item.
exactly. But yeah, I mean, if you happen to have something like that, but I guess you don't. This is quite a tough ask.
I have things of a prankster style nature. I have dust that can make people sneeze and cough.
And I too have the dust, and then I showed the
Oh, that is rancid. That is truly awful.
I put it back.
Oh wow, that is. I don't even know if that's magical. That's just awful. Oh,
Yeah, it's.
And I look at look at things like it works.
it
I whispered.
certainly is potent.
Don't include me in this. No, you stay away from me with that.
I have dust of temporary flying, though that's a little dangerous. I believe it was created by pixies. It's temporary because you never know how long it's going to last.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Again, if you're looking for more humorous items, I have collected that. I confidently.
Oh no, I was saying
they were just.
I've heard of
issues.
legends of an amulet of the drunkard, where sometimes you drink beer and then you feel better. Maybe it's a rumor.
I can't say I've ever heard of that one.
Right. But yeah, so far I'm very impressed with your collection, and I think the most impressive thing is still the bag of 85 bags of holding.
Well, yes, I mean, it's a common item. I've been around for a while, and they're useful. They're very useful. So I tend to collect and buy them out when I can.
Oh, no wonder. I think some of the cities are running low on them.
Shame.
Yeah.
Looks over at everyone else. I know we talked about looking through my hoard of magical items before, but correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't seem like any of you are particularly looking for something.
well, I don't know what I'm looking for, just to be real honest. That's why I just kind of gave a general question about, tinkers or items of artifice and stuff, because it's still a journey for me. I'm still teaching myself and things like that. So to be honest, I don't know what I'm looking for.
I think I could provide something for you. You've given me an idea. I'm curious what the rest of you are not just looking for here, but looking for out of your visit to our island. Fame and fortune, you have already gained. If you'd like to accomplish more good, I'm more than happy to assist, but you all seem to have had issues with my particular definition of good.
I'd like to do an insight check to see if there's if he's just like reading our minds or something like that.
Absolutely. Make an insight check.
He hasn't attacked yet, so he's clearly not.
No.
It's a nat 1.
Not 7. He could be. Could be
Okay.
Trixie Dragon.
So I step away and thinking like maybe there's a range to his telepathy.
Yeah, you're like, it's range. He has to. He notes all your silences. Well, we could discuss it later. I will provide you the item I think you'd be interested in, Wilhelm.
Would be great.
He moves along his collection, exiting this room, then goes to a stand where there is a small hourglass amulet. This is an amulet of an hour's concentration. It's a interesting, wonderful little device. If only we could produce more of them. If you are willing to give an hour to a task, truly devote yourself, and the hourglass times it, you will find you have a much higher likelihood of succeeding. As he explains this, it is a non-attunement item. No attunement required. If you spend an hour on any ability check and truly devote yourself to an hour where otherwise it could be done faster, your patience will be rewarded by giving you advantage on your check.
Okay.
It's a simple charm with a useful application, especially for an artificer.
Well, I truly honored and grateful for the gift, sir. I do actually have some projects in mind coming up in the future, and so I think that this would greatly benefit me. And I try to put all my focus into my projects when I'm working on them anyway. So I see this as nothing but a benefit. So truly, I am grateful.
He focuses on your eyes for a moment. I do hope you spend the time wisely.
Yes, sir. I'll just kind of dip my head a little bit.
Can I help you, Nynx, with anything?
Hey? No, I don't really care about all this stuff. It's
What do you care about?
I don't know. Properly told stories. You know, like if you got like a really fun story, right? And then like all of a sudden like a dragon shows up to save somebody, but the dragon wasn't there and you're wondering, hey, where's the giant crab? And there's no giant crab. And you're like, I don't know, maybe they got it wrong.
What the heck are you talking about?
I believe it is the play my nightingales have been putting on. There's a performance. Your deeds around here are being presented to the public in a manner of art and performance. Your deeds are being heard across the island, and there are embellishments, like in any story, like in many of yours, Nix.
Well, there's a difference between our stories, though. I'm not trying to take control of a large group of people.
I am merely making sure that everyone knows we are friends. We have done well together, and that we will continue to do so. Those are the purposes of my plays. Plays my nightingales put on. They mostly are the ones who come up with the stories. I approve them sometimes. I'm lately too busy for what is important work. I do not disparage the arts, but not my focus right now. Nightingales handle that. So if you have a complaint, please feel free to speak with the nightingales on that.
Yeah, Gordy, we saw a play, and they kind of have actors for all of us, and then I think they had some sort of change person who can change their face, play one of our party members.
Change your face.
Oh yeah, the gift you get, but like a person that you've been familiar with for years, you don't even know what race they are.
Was
No,
this-
it's good that you know the
ampersand.
gift. It's good that you know the gift. Yeah, there was a changeling with them.
I mean, I don't want to presume. Because some people have really cool magic.
We indeed have named ourselves a welcome place for changelings and many other creatures, many other people.
Oh, like Mimic Colony.
Yes. It's quite an interesting conundrum. They are inherently predatory creatures. They are predators, but when you gather enough of them together, they gain a psychic intelligence. And they become intelligent enough to know that society benefits them far more than a hunter-gatherer tactic to approaching life. And so you can negotiate with them, and they can behave very well in a society, as they are paid in food. They never go hungry. I've actually taken to gathering up mimics to form colonies whenever I can. They're much more easily persuaded and easy to negotiate with when they're capable of thought.
Just a bit of advice, never try to headbutt one, because I did that once, and I had to smack it up against the wall, and I gave myself a nostril headache.
Ooh, that does sound traumatizing.
It was, but Ninx couldn't stop laughing.
Right.
Yeah, see?
Remember now.
Adventurers, always charming.
Well, actually, I got a question for you, sir.
Hmm.
Yeah. You used to run into him. I haven't seen one in a long time. You got one of them potions that make it bigger. I got this fancy ring that makes wind come out. I'll trade you for it. Got one of them.
Trade. Yes,
Yeah.
I have them. I can divert one of them. What's the ring?
Yeah. I'll point it up so I'm not hitting anything, and then just gust of wind.
Huh.
I mean, it's
I
good
think
for
that is
secretly blowing my farts in Terry's face, but
I think indeed I have many people would very much enjoy such an artifact. So yes, that is a fair trade.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, he would gesture about, and eventually a servant would come by with a platter with a potion on it, provide that to you, and you take the ring and make sure this goes to someone who deserves it. Puts it on the platter, and it's taken off.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Anything else?
Just a question. We defeated this blue mask dragon
Yes.
cultist. Are there other color masks out there?
Undoubtedly. And likely now that the Blue Mask has been defeated, if he himself is not simply in another clone body, another will rise to take his place. The cults of Tiamat are a true infection on this world. Very hard to root out.
Yeah, I mean, if you have any information about the cult where they might be in the world, I think that'd be interesting information for us.
They do move around constantly, but yes, I could update you on those as time passes by. If you are interested in hunting down a cult of Tiamat, I would be more than appreciative.
Yeah, it seems our goals align.
Yes. Simply as that, I will send you updates anytime I learn anything. I have networks. I can learn where these people are.
Thinking about communication, this just popped in my head. We tend to travel in a pretty tight group most of the time, but when we go into bigger towns, places like Waterdeep or something like that, we tend to separate to, go do our shopping and things like that. But you wouldn't happen to have a pair of those stones, would you? Where like two people can talk to each other that aren't close to each other.
Of course, I would indeed do that. I have a set of 2, a set of 3, and a set of 7.
Oh, well, goodness, I think the set of 7 would fit us perfectly. What do you think, guys?
That would be great. What's the range on those? Because I know sometimes if you're in a cave, you get not so great reception. We'll make sure like this is,
Well, as long as you are on the same plane, you'll be fine.
Okay, that sounds great.
Each one can be used once, of course, 25 words, but incredibly useful. And they will be broadcast across each of the set of stones.
I guess that means we can't talk shit about each other, but I think they could still come in handy.
Of course. You'll need 1, 5 for the errant crotch, 6 for your terrorless. I hear he's gone on an interesting journey, correct?
Say that one more time.
I hear he's gone on an interesting journey, correct?
I don't want to talk about it.
I can imagine not. I will get you 6 sending stones.
Be awesome.
He once again gestures, and eventually a servant comes by with various different crescent-shaped stones, all slivers that are covered in arcane runes. As you have 6 of a set of 7 sending stones.
I interject and ask if we could have the 7th as well.
Mm-hmm.
You need 6, correct?
I sometimes lose things. That sometimes happen to me. So I
would really hope you don't lose these. I would not give them to you if I thought you were ever going to lose them.
The 7th stone is really important, just as a backup in case we're in trouble. Let's say someone took our bags of holding, and then I have one stashed in my boot, and then my backup one was the
How
work.
would I hold on to that for you if you are prone to losing sending stones?
No.
Oh my!
We actually do have a 7th member of our group. He's actually our cleric. You mentioned being a cleric, and he's our cleric. He's just not with us on this particular journey, but he had to stay at the tavern to deal with some personal business. But we do actually have a 7th member of our party, sir, and that sending stone could actually benefit him. For instances like now, when we travel without him, we could keep him up to date on what's going on.
And just so I know, who are you referring to? Because we have a lot of clerics in the expanded universe.
Vernon.
Yeah.
Our chicken.
That's chicken.
Vernon. I haven't heard about him in a while. You can make a persuasion check.
Shit. Can I take an hour to do it?
Yes.
I devote an hour.
He will not give you an hour.
That's only a 14.
14. In the end, he kind of just shakes his head. If Vernon needs it, then Vernon can come here. A set of 7 is incredibly rare, and if you are to lose one, I would like to hold on one so I could simply use it for the purposes of a scrying ritual or somewhere to find the said stone so I could gather them back up again. Set of 7s are incredibly rare. I hope you understand.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever find a larger set, a set of 9, I would be more than willing to trade.
It's an unfair trade.
Of course.
All right.
Tyler, just
Yes.
as we're interacting with him
Mm-hmm.
and doing our usual joking around as we do,
Mhm.
Could I roll an insight check? I just
Roll an
want to
insight.
see. I'm looking for crazy eyes. You know what I mean? Like I want to see if this guy's gone. You know what I mean?
All right.
You're keeping the seventh one to spy on us. Come on, man. We all know that.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh
that.
yeah, he is. 100%. He doesn't
He
trust
doesn't
you
know
yet. He's
that.
like, all right, I'm going to give you the sending stones. They're incredibly useful, but if you ever plan to betray me, I'll know.
19.
19.
Ooh, good check.
Okay. Thinking on this, you're looking at him. Crazy is a hard thing to see. You know, sometimes people get to a state of mental health where it is visibly apparent that something's not right.
Yeah.
For him, no, he's perfectly well statured, well composed. If anything, he looks a little distracted, as if his attention is elsewhere. But you see no apparent sign of madness. He could be in a state of far from what we define as the norm of sanity. But if he is, then he would be a quiet sort of insane, the sort that is not noticeable. He would be wounded in a way that is not apparent or obvious.
So if I could clarify a little bit, like, you know, gets annoyed, but not, you know, showing that. Like
when he gets annoyed, it's not crazy rage. It's like irritation. Like, that was, you just threw pudding on my floor. Okay. And that was it. He seems to not have wild, if anything, he is too controlled. He is like refined. Every bit of emotion is subtle and contained and controlled. He's not lying or to you. It's just, it happens. He accepts that this is happening and he moves on.
That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. That's it.
Yeah. At no point are you like, man, I don't like that you're telling these stories. Ninx, I'm going to eat your liver. No, none of that happens.
So just out of character, he is giving me a bag of holding, or
yeah, he gives you a bag of holding as well. Just
okay, cool.
Free of charge. Gives you a bag of holding, you 5 greater health potions, and a potion of enlargement.
Ooh.
Easy. Parts of that easy. Note down that I have 84 spare bags of holding now. I'll need to collect a new one somewhere. And you see like a dwarf write that down, nodding very seriously, then continues on.
Well, unless anybody else got any burn questions for his goldness, I got some questions for you fellas. I think we need to have a little sit down. Like,
his goldness is very charming. I have never heard of that one. That's very charming.
Yeah, you can use that.
I think I want specifically it to only be for you. That is wonderful.
Oh, okay. Easily done. But, yeah, fellas, I could use a good campfire meal.
At this point, I asked, I mean, I think Wilhelm is really good at, like, cooking tools. Would it be okay if we cook one meal with your exquisite cooking set?
I have one in my kitchens here. You may take this cooking set if you so wish.
All right. Wilhelm, would you like to have that? Just because I can't cook.
If you feel confident in your cooking abilities.
Sure, I'll take them.
Don't do that. The last time you made chocolate chip cookies, the chocolate chips were bolts.
Specifically, it should not be a danger to you. It's just that the ladle will animate itself and start beating you on top of the head until it's satisfied. If you fail at cooking a meal up to its standard.
All right.
Semi-sentient.
Yeah, I'll take these magic cooking.
Absolutely. You take them over and you get an immediate sense of violent screaming in a kitchen, and then a great feeling of gratification, as if you just went through an entire period of being taught in the school of, if I insult you, it'll motivate you to do better. And then the great accomplishment that comes after that. It's a little bit idealizing, maybe not the healthiest teaching strategy, but you feel that flood through you as basically imagine that these tools give off the feeling of Gordon Ramsay.
I grew up with Haru and Wizards, so
Yeah, this is like really, it's like, oh wow, it's like I'm back at school. Great. Yep.
All right. Well,
specifically, so you know, anytime that you cook a proper meal for people, you're able to give them 15 temporary hit points for 24 hours.
Okay.
But you specifically must roll with your cooking check above a 20.
yeah. Well, I don't even have cook's utensils until this moment, so
Also
Yeah,
know that
I'm
the
proficient in 'em.
tools, upon you failing to cook a meal up to its standards, will attempt to beat you until you lose 20 hit points. And if you are to destroy the animated ladle, the cooking set is rendered completely useless.
Something you can do it before we go to sleep because it lasts 24 hours.
As long as you're willing to, to get assaulted in the middle of the night and not deal with any, I'm sure there will be no nighttime raids ever in this game. Never. Why would I ever do that? No, sleep is a sacred thing. It's a sacred place that shall never be interrupted.
You monster.
Yeah, it's fine. That said, you have your cooking utensils and he gives you leave. He's like, he actually seems a little impatient. I do hate to cut this short. I have more of my own private business to attend to. If you're interested in a future job, I can get that set up. I think I only have one more bothersome thing I can't see to right now, if you wish to help me. But I give you free leave. Please relax. It is nothing pressing. Just a minor smuggling ring.
Oh,
Yes. No terrible spells should be cast at you this time.
If the reward is good, we can help you investigate.
Oh, I would be more than happy. Just contact my people about it.
Okay.
I really do have to go.
we'll have our people call your people.
Yes. And he continues going down the hallway. You see again the colors shifting around him, going to a sort of orange, yellowish impatience.
Wonder what he's off in such a hurry for.
Probably kidnapping children. Who do we talk about with this job?
What happened to you? You've been so crusty ever since you came back. What's going on? You came to get me. Willie's been happy to see me. Gento's himself. What's up with you, Nate?
Oh, I just don't like that guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like at all.
Well, you're not the only one, Nate.
By the way, just passively looking at Wilhelm, is it obvious that
Well, his eyes went from that dark, incredibly like ocean blue of like the vast depths to a void black that has no reflective surface. You do not see yourself in the eyes, just it seems to consume all light, any glimmer of anything.
I need to roll? This is going to be intelligence? No, it's wisdom. Huh. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Food time. I'm hungry.
Yeah, let's go.
You move. Your bones feel heavier, or do you feel older than normal? Hopefully that will burn off in 4 days.
Oh, yeah. By the way, doctor said no heavy lifting for 4 days, so,
Doctors are usually wrong.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he did just come back from the dead, so probably does need to take it easy for a little while.
Yeah, where do you want
Do
to
you
go, Jordy?
pause at this point?
Yeah. I guess maybe, what do you guys figure? The next camping spot next to the fishing hole there? It's not too far from the castle, right?
Yeah.
Is that all right for you guys?
Yeah, that's fun.
Sure.
Sounds fine to me.
Fantastic. You move towards it, and as night is coming, the moon shines over the pool. You notice that near that same fishing spot, the fish have entered their strange concentric circle dance. And a new fish has taken the center, who every once in a while in the middle of the dance gives you all a dirty look. You can almost hear whispered underneath the water, "Raven, coward, bloop." You continue past, setting up camp.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't camp too close to there. I heard there was a crocodile or something in there.
Did we know you scared the crap out of 2 kids as a crocodile?
I don't know. Were you busy punching a carp?
I was. No. Yes. Was that after? I can't remember.
He did it right after, but
I was too busy laughing. Fuck, I can't remember.
It did happen directly after that moment, but you might have been too busy eating cursed fish meat.
Well, your crocodile's good.
well, once we get camp set up, I'll probably a good 25, 30 foot perimeter, and I'll run alarm.
Run alarm around the campsite.
So where are the other 2?
Oh, Gurin, I think he was talking to that. There's some actor punching a tree. We can. Yeah, he'll be around. I'll send him a message if he gets too lost. And then Terry's in hell, but yeah.
I think Shadowfell, not hell.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's not hell. It's the darker hell. That's less fun.
What?
I was
like-
thinking
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab my fishing rod. Do you want to try and get some like fish or something, or do you want to just go to sleep?
Yeah, we can fish. Hell? Another one? What is down there that everybody's so freaking interested in?
Yeah, we also met some being in a bottle that grant us a fae.
No,
of some
no,
sort.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no,
oh,
no.
okay,
We didn't.
all
We
right.
didn't do that. Shut up. Stop snitching on us.
You made me 3 inches, 3 feet shorter. Shinto's still mad about that.
All right. So what he's trying to say is we may or may not have released some sort of eldritch fae into the world that's made of pure chaos. It not a big deal. What we need to focus here is that they're telling our stories wrong and that there was no giant crab in their play.
I'm gone for 1 day. 1 day.
And Gento goes and does all of this. Yeah.
No,
Doe.
I did not. We recover things from the lair of the mad blue masked wizard, and one of the items was this bottle. And we collectively decided that opening it
Let's
was
stop
a good
using
idea.
the word we here, Gento. You know you did that all on your own. This
No,
guy.
I did not.
This guy.
I was a few feet away, not even touching the bottle when you opened it.
No, I think we opened it.
How do we collectively open? It's one stopper.
Look, That's not important right now. What's important right now is Gordy just came back from death, and we need to make sure that he's feeling comfortable. Are you comfortable? Can I get you anything? Some water? Some lake water?
Seriously, who are you? I thought you'd be yelling at me because I died.
Oh no, dying happens.
Willie, what? Did you let them hit the sauce too hard? What's going on?
But we we left the lair. We sent you off, and they went into town, and I just kind of went off on my own for a little bit. So I really can't tell you.
We gonna talk about your peepers?
Maybe.
All right, I know that sound. All right. Yeah, come on, Ninx. I'm hungry. Let's get some fish.
Ooh, fish.
I don't know how to fish.
Yeah, me neither. But just as long as it's not the big one that hits really hard, and when you eat it, you feel like you have a minus D4 to everything.
Attempt to fish with my ranger sense. Survival, or if you want me to row.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna take out my fishing rod and like get everything tangled and like toss it like 2 feet in, and then like screw that up and like try and like untangle it.
There's like ripples going across. Jinto, they're giving you disadvantage with all this noise making around this. Jinto, you like full on. You try and draw back a bow and shoot an arrow. The arrow goes in. You just see the big fish swim over, grab the arrow, swim away with it. Just
and I have
giving you eyes the entire time.
It's my returning arrow, so it just returns back to me.
It returns back to you. Yeah, it's just like it's just like very much seems put off by this and continues swimming around. It's luckily, yes, your returning arrow returns to you.
I just look at the party. It's like, look, maybe we should just go to a tavern this time.
Well, hang on. Let me try something. I stick my pinky in the water.
They're swimming around. Continue doing that. I'm about to make a roll. One is indeed stupid. One kind of comes up, and you hear the psychic presence during the dance. I know it's a bad idea, but it looks so tasty. It's so delicious. Oh no, I can't. I'm on a diet. I can indulge. And absolutely bites onto your finger.
Gotcha.
No teeth. Just you have like a small fish kind of comes up with your on your pinky, waggling. Oh no, I've been tricked. Cruel world. And as it's removed from the dance, the psychic presence leaves it, and it's now just a normal fish.
God, that does not stop getting weird. And I'll just put it up between my antlers and use Willie's burning hands to cook it.
Absolutely. Burned your finger a little bit, but you cook a fish.
Yeah,
you got one.
All right, so if we're all sitting chatting, so Darius and Hale, Gurn's teaching a guy to punch stuff. You guys unleashed an unspeakable chaotic force onto the world. Nynx is mad because a play lacks crabs, and Willie's been dabbling in something he shouldn't have been. Anything else I need to know before I got something I want to run by you, fellas?
I don't know, Gento, is there anything else that we want to?
And then I'm just trying to remember. It's like Ning's got a cape, got a mask, released some sort of fae, and just like counting on his fingers, like what they did. And it's like, oh yeah, the Nightingales. I think they're the not only are they like people who perform, they're actually the extension of the government. They kind of have this thing where they tell the stories the governing body want them to tell.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little odd.
Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Wilhelm dissolved some guy with shadow magic. Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
What?
This time I will shoot Ninks a very Nink.
Yeah, I don't think that wizard's coming back.
Is that what you meant when there was no buddy?
I completely forgot about that.
You died, and he's the one that killed you, and so I killed him. And in the moment, I did what I had to do. And it probably the absolutely last thing that you would ever be okay with me doing.
I got no right to tell you what's good and bad, considering how Mintarn went down. I got no right. Did what you did.
Well, I mean, just to put it in perspective, if you haven't noticed, I mean, just Gento and Ninks here haven't exactly been the most sociable with me. Which, to be fair, I understand. I hold no grudges, but I don't know if they're worried about me. And I'll look at Ninks and Gento when I say this, but I don't know if they're worried about me or if I've given them reason to fear me. But I became one with the blade. I was fully engulfed in shadow and was able to use that shadow to shift my body and move through rock and stone. And essentially my touch became death. And I put my hands around this guy's throat, weakened him significantly, and upon summoning the blade, I kind of became the blade. And upon his death, I don't know if it was me or if it was the shadow, but one of us absorbed the wizard's soul. So he's not coming back. Again, you died and I pretty much lost all control. So, and I look at Gento and Ninks. For the first time since that incident, I would like to apologize to you all for my actions. I may have taken things a little too far. But in the moment, I felt extremely alone. And all I could see was darkness. And I allowed it to overtake me. So for that, I apologize, and I hope that someday you all can forgive my actions.
You'll take a moment to digest, and I would turn to Will. I was like, we do care about you. It's just some things are pretty private, and I think when we saw Terry lose an arm, that was a shock to us as well. But and I think with us all together, there's nothing we can't defeat, even what your condition. We will find cure.
When Gento says we can find a cure, what does Wilhelm's face do?
blank. There's no visible response.
Okay. Stay quiet.
I mean, miracles exist. Look at this guy. He has 84 bags of holding that he hasn't used. I mean, one day I too want to have 84 unused bag of holding.
Why?
You'll
Why do
find
you want-
they won't be unused. Not with you, Gento.
There's no reason to have that many bags of holding.
Well, every other item he has was kind of flaky, and bags of holding are reliable. Like a ring that's cursed, that's dumb. That's like obviously something that you should give it to your enemies.
I don't know. You've had 2 bags of holding, and one of them exploded. So,
But
that's
if
a
I have
50-50.
85 bags, then I would not have to worry.
That's like 76 exploding bags if you take 50-50.
And Jinto's just dreaming about getting those bags. Like he thinks the hoard is like there's a room full of these bags.
Maybe there's a room full of those bags. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like each one on a pedestal arranged.
Exactly.
It's salivating just thinking of it. Like so many bags of holding. You'd never run out ever again.
With
Endless
Gento, 20 of them will have zombies in them. So
You still remember the old days. Wow.
Like, you just imagine, what if you just walked around as a giant bag man covered in bags? You could do it. You
It's a
could
real
make it happen.
style.
got a trench coat. Hey, I got a bag for you. You wouldn't need a bag.
There's so many bags.
I mean, you just forgot, like, where we're in Mirabar, there was an exploding coin fountain. If we only had 85 bags, we would not be drowning in gold.
Who was the one that plucked that note off that? I think that was Wilhelm, wasn't it?
It was me and Terreless.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, real quick too. I know this is a bit late, but a possible retcon. Is it possible to have the Shepherd transport the however many thousands of gold we just got, have it transported to the ship so we're not trying to carry around all this gold?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, like, again, a huge thing that maybe D&D doesn't handle well. If you need to pay thousands of gold for like very simple items, how are you going to carry all that gold? It weighs a lot.
85 bags of holding, but
I still think we should.
Exactly.
We should
I
invent
just want you to
banking.
imagine an ancient gold dragon just wrapped in bandoliers, just bags of holding on them. That's your enemy you're going to face. That's what you're facing in the future. As
Beautiful.
as you can. Oh boy. Yes, absolutely. He transports those to your ship. No problem. It's a simple thing for him, especially as it's just. He seems at that moment very fixated on being somewhere else, doing something else.
So yeah, after that bit of conversation and giving my admission after Gento says his piece, I'll just kind of get up and go kind of out near the edge, probably 15, 20 feet away from the campfire, and just kind of curl up with Misfit on the ground.
All right, in the morning then. By the way, everything these failures are telling me is giving me heart palpitations, so I immediately go for my pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Reach into my pipe pouch and pull out my pipe.
It's not your pipe. It's a new pipe. Remember in the dream.
How the heck do you do that? You're stuffing it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Without you having to pack it, there's already something in the pipe.
Take a twig and burning hands.
Absolutely.
I gotta use it somewhere. I'm a barbarian.
You light,
Great uses for.
you light the pipe, put it in. despite the tiredness and how much life has been hitting you in the face. It's a reminder of beginnings, of balance, of eggs in the nest, of budding flowers, of food found for an anthill. Whatever's in that, you've never tasted its like before. Well, once before, but not on this plane.
Does everybody smell it? Does it kind of bring everybody's mood a little bit?
I mean, everyone can smell it, and the scent cannot be described in olfactory descriptors. It is an experience. It is everything I've described. It is sun rays, feeding the plants first time in the morning.
Okay, maybe it won't be so bad being back. Minx, you smoke?
I don't smoke tobacco.
Wait a minute. When Jessie was yelling about someone raiding her garden, was that you?
Look, now's not the time. You are weak. You need to rest.
As this conversation continues, shift over and our viewpoint, the camera, so to speak, grows closer and closer to Wilhelm's head as he tries to sleep. Further and further targeted straight towards his ear. We see flashes of what he dreams. A wide, dark expanse, a dragon, single man, flashes of light and screaming and whispering. Speak one, speak one, speak all be nothing. And you awake in the morning. All is well, sun is out, feel the warmth of it.
Do you need a minute with that, Matt? I think you gotta digest that one.
Well, let me make sure I got it right. There was some yelling and screaming. There was a single man.
You almost feel like he's familiar, but he was so distant, so small, it's hard to be sure. There was a dragon.
Right.
Or flashes of light, as if a hammer was being struck against an anvil.
Okay, I'm good.
So, fellas, got a question for y'all.
What's up?
So, when I went down, I kind of heard from someone that heck of a lot wiser than I could ever hope to be, and put something in my head and kind of staying there. And so, whenever we go to a place, or whenever we go on one of our adventures, things always seem pretty black and white, eh? This guy's bad, he's gotta go, these people are good, they gotta be saved, yeah?
We've hit some gray moments here and there, but I can follow you.
Now, this spot, going and attacking the shepherd, that don't seem like the right move, that don't seem like the smart move, and just leaving Mir don't seem like the right move either. But there's a third option. I mean, even now I've realized He's too controlled. He's lost that spark, that what makes you you. No, he seems almost like a force rather than living, breathing thing,
Hmm?
Almost like he's sick, and what does Ninx do when one of us is hurt, right? He don't cut off our heads. He doesn't just leave us there. He tries to fix you. Now, we got this big, wide open world of all kinds of things that, we're always in a state of we run into something and then we try to figure out what to do about it after. What if we spin that? What if we try to, do our due diligence, talk to the right people, try to find something to fix them, something to fix Mentar,
Yeah, and I think he likes talking to us, right? Like every time we talk, he's kind of like, "Oh, let's chat."
Yeah,
If he's not busy, yeah.
yeah. Like I'm not talking, pardon me, hurting him or anything like that. Like gold dragons. I mean, even in the Boondocks, you hear stories. They're lore keepers. They're learned men that go out and collect the world's knowledge and try to share it with the world. But it's like this guy lost the kind of life part of it and is just pure knowledge, and he wants to spread it like a plague. Well, like I said, when someone's sick, you try to fix them. So, what do you think, fellas? We try to fix them?
I don't think I have a spell that can fix what he is.
I think we have to figure out what kind of sickness he has.
Well,
you can't fix what you don't know is broken,
mm-hmm.
I mean, like, Misfit over here, when he gets all scratched up, I know what's wrong with him. I know how to fix him.
Hmm.
But this guy's like Nink said, I mean, I don't know that any of us have anything to fix him, but we don't know how to fix him until we figure out what's wrong with him. But if you think about the kind of control that he has on this island, is anybody going to be willing to talk? Excuse me, even if they know what's wrong, you got all these glowing-eyed people, and it seems like anything you say to them almost immediately gets transmitted back to him. So, I mean, would he find out that we're snooping on him? You know what I mean? Like, I think I'm not opposed to your position here. I think we just have to be super delicate in how we handle it.
Well, just the way I see it, I mean, I don't know. That was eye-opening down in that Wagglefinger's lair.
Well,
just charge in headlong. We try to rely too much on our own abilities. Well, we can handle ourselves, but when you got a really big problem, you got a lot of friends and a lot of people that are friendly to us. Start asking around. Start asking questions. It can't hurt, because the way I see it, we stay on Mintard. We're either going to work with him or we're going to try to kill him and get ourselves killed. Sorry, Gento, I keep cutting you off.
Oh, no worries. I was just going to say that we have bits and pieces of information. I think his son was murdered, right? So that was something I recall. But maybe we should dig deeper into that incident or people who knew him from before, because I think at one point his attitude might have changed, So the more we know,
he became disconnected when his son died.
Yeah. Because that kind of, I'm telling you, if one of mine went like that, I can't even imagine what he went through. So trying to get him to open up about that's a dead end. But if we can find someone that's a seer, or why don't we go talk to Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to suggest like someone old, like the elves live a long time. Maybe they've heard of something and points at the direction of the Moonshade Isles. That's pretty close by geographically too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And under Gentle mutters under his breath, like maybe they have better magic items there too. And but he continues his kind of train of thought, saying, "Yeah, remember that Mecha Lich? I think once upon a time there was a story there, and there was a man. You know, something happened, and the longer you live doesn't mean the better you are. Maybe you're losing more as you you don't have friends, because certainly this dragon doesn't have friends. The Mecha Lich has like people who just obey them. I think we as a group is great. We have friends. We keep each other in check. Look at Nix. So without, so I think we can beat anything. Like when you're alone, you're truly defeated.
Yeah. So I mean, what if we can find out what that triggering event was? Maybe it was. No, maybe it wasn't just as simple as his son died. Maybe he looked into something and touched something that he shouldn't have. Because he's got something hiding on this island.
Yeah, he also didn't have stuff he doesn't want to show us. So why? I mean, I have all sorts of cool magical items. Looking at my non-magical items, and I don't mind showing people. So there obviously something hidden, and we need to find out.
That's my ballpark anyway, fellas. What do you figure? Well, does it smell like something good, or because I just see us spinning our wheels here, and I just want to try to fit. I came back. I want to see us do what we do best. Work the problem until we fix her.
And how many days of travel? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just Ninx. You're giving me none here, buddy.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ninx.
I've really got nothing. A lot of times when people get older, especially idealists, they find that the world's tough. Those people typically lose that spark of joy that turns them from somebody who's good to somebody who's okay. This dragon feels like one of those people who's been through too much to be a really good person anymore. I can't solve that. I don't have a spell that reminds you to be a good person.
That's what I'm saying. We keep looking at just us. There's a big open world with all kinds of weird stuff that we never even heard of before. Ain't it worth looking into to see if we can put that spark back in him?
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to,
At the end of the day, though, he's incredibly powerful, and he can do what he wants. The only thing keeping most people in check is the realization that you can't.
Just have to find him, someone just as powerful to be his friend and tell him he's wrong sometimes, like that's what we do. That's a weird idea. It's just going to throw at the group. He has heard that there's a place called Candlekeep far to the southeast in the Sword Coast, where there's a lot of books, old books, that knowledge there. Maybe there's some mention of this dragon.
I think it's worth a look.
Also, he's never been there, so he's excited.
Yeah, because the way I see it, it's contained for Mintarn for now.
Yeah, it's peaceful. There doesn't seem to be any strife going on that we know of.
Because we can try to force our way into his private areas, but we're gonna just piss him off, and we're gonna have a whole island gunning for us, and it's just us.
So going off of Gento's first idea, I mean, a lot of you know my history about growing up in Haurua and that kind of stuff, but I've done some training with some dwarves and things like that too. And, you learn cultures and you learn where different cultures are. And there's a place on Moonshay Isles called the Farhite Range. And I believe there's one or two clans of dwarves that live there. And they've been around for generations. Dwarves tend to live a long time. And there's I think there's one clan that lives there in the Far Height range they've been there for generations and generations. I don't recall their name off the top of my head, but they've been through some stuff. There's stories about the clans uniting and coming together to take on greater forces, greater evils, things like that. But to Gento's note, I'm guessing there may be elves over there too, but as far as history and lore, I mean, Moonshay could be a decent start.
It is the closest point, and it's worth looking into. And if that's a dead end, we go to the next lead. I mean, my last thought is maybe checking with Omaya. She's been around for a while. But
I don't know if I want to go see Omaya right now. She might not be happy with me.
Yeah. I mean, she'll smack you upside the head, but I don't know. It don't sit right with my gut. Just leaving it be and like, whatever. Or like, oh, we gotta stop this. We gotta, and then get ourselves freaking killed again. Me killed again. No? I'm telling you, boys, I had a chance to stay there. And the only reason I came back was you boys.
I'm definitely willing to entertain the idea of trying to find that middle ground versus the black and white that you mentioned. I think I could go for a little bit of brain work, I suppose, other than just run and or gun. I could go for a little bit of brain work. You know what I mean? Give me something else to think about besides what's been going on.
But I don't want to go on this unless everybody on board. So it's got to be unanimous.
I totally think we should at least for the next 3 or 4 days maybe do something to look around these places that might take a while to get to. And you can rest up in the meantime and taste the local cuisine, drink the local beer,
I mean, I wasn't going to say nothing, but yeah, I ain't swinging. Where's my axe? I hold open my hand. Nope, not ready. Nope.
Tomorrow. The weight of it does not agree with your joints at this point.
Okay, one problem solved. So, Jinto, sounds like you're on board. Willie, sounds like you're down. Thanks.
Follow you wherever.
You think you're the one that's good at this waggle fingering nonsense? I know nothing about this stuff. All I know is that there's a big open world with all kinds of stuff in it. You think it's possible? Even a possibility. You're the one, the expert in the spark of joy and the spark of life. You think it's possible to bring that back to someone? Because I don't want to believe someone's too far gone. And I give a not so subtle look.
Who?
You know who. I'll kind of rest my chin on my hand and just kind of sit there for a second. Honestly, I don't know.
It'd make a hell for a story.
I really wouldn't. Research stories are the absolute worst. That's why they montage past it in most plays.
Well, I mean, who knows what kind of people and interesting things we run into in other plays. I mean, we should broaden our horizons in the very least.
Better than spinning our wheels. Above table, Mr. DM, does this sound okay?
Welcome to the world. Do what you want. DM says,
Yeah.
hey, DM knows what's happening here and is not at this point feeling that he needs to intervene and say, hey guys, you might be a little disappointed by this. No, I think in general, this is a perfectly valid reaction. A great entry to the story. Do as you will.
Yeah. Do we want to ask about that job with the smuggling ring first?
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to be like he was in a hurry, so we can definitely ask
Didn't
about
seem like he was very heavily pressed by it. So
yeah,
if you want to.
Yeah.
Is this something we can talk our way through? Because I'm not swinging this axe for at least another day.
I don't know. Do you feel like solve the situation how you want?
Well, we can
asking
hear him. Oh, yeah. I think we can hear out the request first and then decide, right? So it's not we don't have to do it right away. And I feel like if we travel anywhere, at least it'll take 2 to 3 days to get to any of the mainland or islands, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think with the airship, I mean, if you look at the map above board, if you look at the map, I think with the airship, we could get to Moonshay in a day and a half at most. Getting back to the Sword Coast to be a couple of days. I mean, same as it took us to get here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is, very accurate. Great use of the map. Yeah,
that's true.
Airships move fast.
And I get distracted and start talking to Wilhelm about what if we install the mirror system on the ship and then back to the tavern? Then wherever we go, we just go back for some ale.
So trust me, great minds and all that. So I had a few ideas for those mirrors. But the airship in the tavern was one of the ideas that went through my head as well. Yep, absolutely.
So that settles it. I guess we listen to the request and then maybe do some traveling if things are looking like we need a couple of days of rest.
The one point I'll bring up is if this smuggling ring involves 3 brothers and a pirate ship.
We are going out.
What? One waggle figure killed me. You want to go after those 3 air shows?
You got to remember, Gento's got a grudge.
Yeah.
Gento's got a debt to pay.
Almost got him. You almost got him, Jinto. Almost.
Don't listen to the Pied Piper. He's luring you away.
Somewhere in a whaling ship, like 3 brothers go, brother, I just got a shiver down my spine. Brother, I feel like someone's talking about us. Yeah, my ears are burning.
But at the same time, I show Wilhelm the arrows I picked up, the fire and poison one. They're like, these are interesting arrows. Like, I don't know if like this is mechanical, but if you can take a look and like if we can like try to make these, this would be kind of cool, you know.
Yeah, can I take a look at them and try and discern where the
Do you have any skill with chemicals, alchemy kits, herbalism?
I do. I'm proficient with alchemist supplies.
Okay, you might have an idea of how to do this, especially the fire ones. It's possible.
Okay. Are they mechanical or are they arcane in nature?
What you're looking at along this is the poison arrows are chemical. Let's look at them. Need to double check the fire. One of the fire arrows you could have gotten recently is arcane. The other one is chemical. So I'm going to need to specify where you got which one from when. But yes, there is indeed a fire arrow that is alchemical rather than arcane.
So is it like a kind of like a mixture, an alchemical mixture that the tips are dipped in that creates these effects?
It's a hollow arrowhead. The tip of it hits, and as soon as the concoction is revealed to the air, it ignites.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Gento. I mean, I can pretty much determine how these work. It would just be a matter of taking some time to break down the ingredients that are inside of these arrowheads to create the reactions they produce. But the shepherd gave me this nifty little amulet that might give me some time, and I might be able to figure out these mixtures. And maybe it's possible if we could find the ingredients, we might be able to make some little vials or something. And I think hollowing out these arrow tips might be a fairly easy task. And then just getting you the mixtures, and you can make more.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I mean, during your downtime, obviously, when you're piloting the ship, I don't want you to be distracted. But this would be amazing because I have never seen one of these before. So far, it's the kind of an ingenious idea to hollow out arrows.
No, it's actually really cool.
And I give one of the that particular arrow to Wilhelm to study.
Absolutely. I believe this is the which ones you have written down?
I have 2 flame arrows, but I have no idea which is which.
Cool.
So
they do different types of damage. Yep. I'm going to say this is probably the one that does. Yeah, it does 1d10 extra fire damage. Is that right?
Sure.
I believe that's the one that does.
That's a 2d6 one. You told me with a 10-foot radius.
2d6 one with 10-foot radius. That is the arcane one.
Okay, I'll keep that one then.
Yeah, the 1d10 extra fire damage to a singular target is, yes, I believe that's the one. Again, I have like a lot of fire.
Sure.
The DM likes making weird weapons.
Cool stuff. Yeah.
I have a list, and so it's difficult when I'm looking through the list. I'm like, no, this is not a campaign that has guns. So ignore all the guns and the grenades and everything. I have to look down at the arrows. I'm like,
I mean, there's a shield cannon. Come on.
Shield. Oh, right. I do have the shield cannon. Specifically, it's like the Mekalich is the only one who gets to do guns.
Oh, okay.
Which was the rule for me. I'm like, it's only the Mekalich. Don't throw the fucking portable Gatling gun at them. Don't throw that at them. That would not be great for the. Everyone's like, welcome to Forgotten Realms, and then someone just comes in, just rotating a Gatling gun, just gunning down a bunch of goblins. Like that's. I don't know if you guys are up for that with this setting, so I've contained myself.
I think Gordy still has scars of the last firing squad during the Mekalich's test, so no, I'm good.
Yeah, we're good.
I'll take the. Oh, sorry. I'll take the arrow. That's the fire arrow that's alchemical in nature, and we'll start with that one, Gento.
100%.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Now he's excited.
Yeah, this one could definitely be handled. Of course, this would not have the enchantments of your returning arrow. But
No, it's just a regular arrow.
Oh yeah, but it's useful. 1d10 is nothing to sneeze at. I will say you immediately do learn that each arrow does indeed have an individual worth of at least 50 gold pieces. But it's useful. It'll hurt.
The 50 gold is what it would cost for the ingredient to make.
Yeah. And someone could probably sell these at a higher price.
Right. Okay.
50 gold pieces to make it. But yeah, it's useful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, Willie, remember that squishy giant we came across in Waggle Finger's lair? Remember the jelly guy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I grabbed his belt. I don't remember who I gave it to, but did I give it to you?
Belt's in my bag. How'd you get it?
No, I took it off of his. You guys all started running away, and I went down and grabbed his belt and brought it to you.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, I was going to say, you looted my corpse? What the heck? How far gone are you?
What does that do again?
Because of me.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't believe anyone's asked about what the belt of gelatinous nature does.
No, we haven't actually asked.
I want to ask.
Would you like to attune to the belt?
I mean, I can identify it for you real quick.
You identify the belt as much as the DM is feeling very evil. So, the boot of gelatinous nature. That is the name. Belt of gelatinous nature. So, it gives the wearer the very interesting quality of being able to squeeze through smaller spaces, at least 1 foot in diameter. Yeah, it's very useful. It causes you to, of course, be constantly coated in a thick sheen of viscous fluid. At ease attunement, there are some downsides. For one, your charisma is effectively lowered by 4 because you're a gross gelatinous person and your body's not moving how it's supposed to, and it grosses everyone out. Like, it truly is horrific. Furthermore, you can talk to slimes, and this is a curse.
Oh God! So me eating that pudding cup earlier, they'd be like, "No, please help me."
No. You can just understand slimes, and that's a curse. You don't know why it's listed as a curse. It's listed as a curse. For anyone who knows the backstory and how slimes were created, it's a curse.
I don't, but that look scares me.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't either.
That's the gelatinous nature. I believe that's everything. Yeah. It doesn't have any minuses to damage. You're just know that flavor-wise, all your bones are stretchy and bendy now, and you are covered in a constant viscous liquid. Your charisma is effectively lowered by 4. You can talk to slimes, and you can squeeze through any space that is 1 foot in diameter or larger, no matter what size you are.
Fuck.
So yes, you could punch a hole in a wall and then move through that wall.
I mean, that's tempting, but I don't like Gordy covered in slime all the time.
Yeah,
It's gross.
It is truly horrifying. You know that this belt turns you into a horrible abomination.
I gotta think about that.
Some fun lore about the belt of gelatinous nature. It was created by the demon prince Jubilex during one of his more coherent moments, and was given out into the world to help his followers understand the glory of slime a bit more, and really allow you to empathize and understand, why this is the most glorious and highest form of evolution.
I'm curious.
Floating hand.
I gotta think about that. Yeah, I'm gonna think
I'm
about
glad you remembered the belt. So glad.
I'm fucking I don't like the mechanical downsides. I don't care. It's just I don't like Gordy
Very
covered in
cool.
slime.
Yeah, again, it's a flavor thing. Yeah, the flavor thing is, honestly, this thing turns you into a disgusting monstrosity. Anytime it's really gross, but the effects are very cool. Look, from Jubilex's point of view, slime is the best state of being. It's just superior to everyone else with your weird static bones and your many vital organs that can be pierced and bleed out. Why not become slime? It's much greater. Jubilex would argue, though he is not here, so he does not get to make this argument. It is just you and a belt.
So look, all I'm saying is you can't be pierced or cut. You are just better in a state of constant change. It makes sense.
Oh, I should also say, it does give you, this means nothing to you. It gives you resistance to piercing damage.
Oh well, yeah.
So Nix,
It doesn't really matter for you.
Why don't you take it, Nix?
Well, it's because it's disgusting and I'm amazing, and there's a huge difference between me and other
Slimes.
people who might wear it.
But speaking of items, you have that cool blue mask. I think we found out what it does. It's kind of hilarious.
What does it do?
I'll let Nix explain.
Wait, what do I need to explain it?
Oh, you forgot. Okay, so
No, I didn't forget. I just wonder why I need to explain it.
because you kept it, it's not in my inventory. I'm looking through my pockets.
First of all, why did you say in your inventory? That sounds super weird.
It's not in my inventory. That's why I said I'm looking through my
Do
2
you
bags
keep
that I have now.
inventory of everything that's on your person at all times?
Yes, I do, because I'm afraid of things getting
Canon, I'll keep
stolen.
that in mind.
Oh God.
Look, all it takes is one clairvoyant spell, and you're done. They know everything.
Yeah.
So in
There's
this
a scrying
inventory, does like your bow take up 6 slots and a potion in one little corner? And
Yeah.
is that okay? I was just
It's a
curious.
mental space that I keep where I put things.
That's ridiculous. Anyway, since you're gonna go ahead and explain the mask anyway, why don't you explain what it does?
I mean, I do half of it. I'm not gonna lie. It's some sort of communication system where you can spend a gold piece and scry a rune anywhere. I guess there's some sort of range attached to it, but you could speak through it like a sending stone, but one way. Like that's why he was talking to us and kind of seeing us through the runes the whole time in the cave system. And that also means he had a lot of gold that we somehow don't have now.
A small little addendum. You hear through it.
Oh, here for sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a
Yeah,
That
he
is
did have a lot of gold.
cool.
It was on his buddy. Just gone now.
Well,
and of course Nix's new cape.
And luckily, Nynx's new cape was taken off his body before it was destroyed. So you had a cloak of the Archmage.
It's
say what?
Nothing.
I think it functions as some sort of archmage's robes, but it's a cloak. But I think it does spells. I'm pretty sure it does spells.
It's Archmage. It's like what an Archmage would wear. It's not like ropes for an Archmage or anything. No, it's just they're nice looking for like formal events.
I think my brother told me once he's a wizard. That's why I was told about Candlekeep.
Your brother is an idiot. Don't listen to him.
He actually
No,
is. He has an intelligence of 12.
8.
My brother
right.
is a wizard, and it's a blue color, cloak. So it's kind of neat. It defies other colors.
But that mask, I wonder if that would work for Giant's runes. If I could make it work, that'd be nifty to have.
All yours. I will fling it at him like a ninja star.
Just frisbee, right?
I'm still sore, so it like hits me, and then 3 seconds later,
Perfect. It bounces off. It's a magical item, so it doesn't break. It falls into the ground. It's a little small for your face, but you can make it work. You probably need to wear it more like a hat than a mask.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Say-
I'll put it like behind my head, so it looks like
Blue dragon, like terrifying blue dragon mask on your the back of your head, 100%.
yeah. I'm gonna try to see if I can work some of my fancy Giant's runes with this later on. That'll be nifty to have, eh? Just
I've always been interested in those giant runes you have because, like, I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about them. Like they can make you bigger, but can they like stop an ancient deity from scrying on you or something like that?
I'm trying to play it out in character, Tyler. You're not helping me. God damn it! I don't know. I'll have to ask. I'll ask Maya next time I see her. Oh my god, metagaming pigeons everywhere. Okay. So what are we doing, fellas?
Again, let's listen to what the offer is for the
Alright.
ring, and then I also vote the Munche Owls. I think they're closer, and I miss my homeland with delicious elven wine.
Hold up there. You're from there?
I mean, I stayed there. You just kind of slipped up and say like, well, yeah. I mean, I have someone who I know there.
Oh no, I just
Kinda.
looked up in the clouds and the face of God just looked really interested for a second there.
I did send the backstory once upon a time, but not sure if it got through. But yeah, it's like where ancient elves roam, and once upon a time, all elves are supposed to come from the Winche Isles.
Hmm.
So,
Oh, heck. All right.
At
So,
the very-
sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I was just saying, since we are like pretty close, I think that would be a interesting destination.
Okay. So, Willie, we don't have to get the airship ready, eh? We can just hop on and go when we're ready.
Well, I mean, I got a few, pre-flight checks, make sure the luggage is stowed properly, and things like that. But
Now I'm interested. Does our airship have reclinable seats? And are there like tables that comes out?
Is Roberta
They
3 a
specifically
carry-on?
separate the party into different classes, like there's
Exactly.
first class. Gordy gets put in coach again. He's just like feeling he's like, I'm sorry, everybody else sitting here. I know these seats weren't built for me.
It makes sense because we
No,
use
actually-
it for commercial flights.
No
right?
foot room.
No.
actually, I have a very special rocking chair on the deck for Gordy.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's funny. All right, so you guys.
Is it like a loose rocking chair on the deck?
No, it's not loose; it's tethered.
Tethered. All right. Very cool. I was like afraid, like when you get attacked, do I need to describe like a rocking chair just
No,
like becoming a projectile and flying towards? Good. Okay, it's tethered. Instead, it's just going to like yo-yo out.
we had that discussion with you about
I don't know.
One day there will be an airship battle. That's going to happen. Just be ready for it.
All right, so should we chat with the Moose Water Sheriff? He's the closest guy, right, Feathers?
Yeah, let's talk to him.
Yeah, he's right here in this next village over town, whatever.
Yep. Starts with a G.
Jeffrey
Nope.
Gandalf.
I purposely don't keep notes because I play fucking Gordy, but I really should.
I don't think I wrote his name down. I don't remember.
It starts with a
Let's
G.
just
I know
keep-
it starts with a G.
Guessing his name, Gregory.
Garfunkel.
All right, let's go fight Garfunkel.
All right, let's do it.
There is a strong temptation for me to change his name every time you come up with a different name, and then like play around the fact that it's absolutely not his name, but that's the notes I'll give you. Like I'll keep mentioning his Garfunkel, but he's not Garfunkel. Like there's a great temptation to do that. It's a powerful temptation. So you all walk up to find the sheriff around these parts. You all begin moving further and further in, and it is nighttime. Do you want to wake him up, or do you? Oh wait, no, it's morning. What am I talking about? What? Your DM has lost all sense of temporal consistency. You walk in and would actually just find him out in his rocking chair. He's a bit younger than Gordy, but he's kind of enjoying his rocking chair, kind of watching the kids run around. Behind him, you see he has a poster of "Beware of Crocodiles." Kind of leaning back and forth. It seems to have the crocodile drawn in like paint, probably by a child's hand, because it says "Beware of Crocodiles." The drawing beneath it is more like a green dog who got emaciated, then vomited up whatever this thing is. And he is rocking back and forth, pipe in his mouth. Sees you coming, takes his pipe out. Looks at your pipe. Nods.
Right?
Nice woodwork. Great to see you all again. I'm glad to see you decided to stick around with us a little longer. How can I help you? Gold eyes flashing.
Yeah, I'd almost like you. Yeah, something about heard there's a smuggling ring or something.
I haven't heard about that. Is that should I send a message back to?
Yeah, probably.
All right, let me get the box. Dust out a little bit of ashes. Gets the box, sets it out. Takes out a piece of paper. Smuggling ring, right?
Yep.
You're trying to figure out about it to do a job about it?
I believe so, yeah.
Something about a job request for freelancers. Oh, by the way, saw the newest play about you guys. I absolutely loved it. Was that true? Did you really do that stuff?
Looks over at Ninx. I don't know.
There's like a vein in my head that has way too much pressure in it right now.
Are you disguised as the old man, by the way?
No, I'm still a drow at this point. I think I
Still a drow,
changed
yeah,
at
it's
the
like,
point.
where's the old man, by the way? And I loved him.
The ravages of time they
Terrible.
eventually creep up on everyone.
In like a few days? That's terrible.
Oh yeah. It started with some like strange orca guy just causing trouble. I don't know what happened.
Now, I don't like to make assumptions, but I think I might know who you're talking about. We had some issues there, had to talk him down again. I had to tell him, no, I didn't make anything up about you. It's fine. And, he gets a little heated, Fucking orca. Sorry, I'm trying to work past that. A little bit of clash there.
No, he's a nurse.
Maybe, but no, not because he's an orca. I'm definitely not saying it because he's an orca.
Oh no, that would be wrong.
That would be terrible. That'd be real. Like you wink at him, and he has this moment of like winks back, pauses, then goes back to writing down on the piece of paper. So this is a job request. Terrible that he died. That's a sad thing. I love seeing him in that play. He's on. Did you know there's going to be a new one? Apparently, there's a story about how, and I don't know. They've been advertising this, and you were probably there. But apparently, there's a whole story about you guys going to handle a cult at Tiamat. It's crazy. Apparently, there's like tragic elements to it, a little bit of romance. I don't know where the romance is going to come from, but you could tell me if there's romance.
There will be a little bit of romance, and I will kind of nudge Gento. Kind of just give Gento a little coy smile.
Don't spoil it for me. I'm a huge fan of the Nightingales.
He's hiding right now, and he's using sleight of hand to add something to the note. Say, please send donuts.
Which, I like to imagine. By the way, sleight of hand, he's going to look down and see it because he's currently editing. Okay, this is an official job request, adding all the necessary things. You look down, he just sees in a different handwriting, please send donuts. He writes before it, unrelated request for resources. Does a bunch of official documentation, folds it up, puts it inside the box, closes it. Donuts are going to make it take a little longer. I just hope you know.
Sure.
All right, yeah. He just rocks back and forth in his rocking chair. So all that stuff on the play was true, Rob. Well, nice talking to actual heroes. Good job on you.
I would also add that Miss Ambersand was great, and I think Ninx is an admirer.
Oh yeah, she's real talent. Got to see her grow up around here.
I don't even remember who that is. Ambersand. That's a weird name.
Oh, I'm rolling on that shit.
I'll guide you.
Oh, Nate, disadvantage on that deception check if you want to make it.
God damn it. 5.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
They're acting a little weird, but you can't really read anything into it.
I will silvery barbs that.
Oh, sorry. I just ugly laughed. I got a fully ugly laugh for me. I love it. Okay.
Wow.
Nope.
Never mind.
Yeah, it's not happening. Yeah, no. But the fact, just having that whole moment, I don't know anything about that. He's like, yeah, she's a real talent. Got to watch her grow up and everything. It was real nice. Sorry, just waiting. I guess the donuts are taking them a while.
Well, actually, while we got a sec, Willie, you gotta
Yo.
try this, buddy. You gotta try this, buddy. And I'll hand him my pipe. He said it is the... Mostly because Gordy wants to see what happens, if it kind of alleviates things. So I'm going to hand him my pipe.
Well, I mean, Wilhelm smokes with Gordy all the time, so I mean, not going to think twice about it. I'll actually, Gordy, put your head down here. I'll pick up a twig.
Flame it, put it in, light it.
I'll take a drag off of it.
Tobacco. It's all right.
It's, I mean, we've had better on the back porch of the tavern. I don't know. I mean, it's a nice pipe, a really nice pipe, nice craftsmanship. But like I said, we've pulled better out of Jesse's garden. I'll hand it back to him.
Yeah. I suppose we have.
Oh, okay, that's a lot of donuts. He opens up the bag, takes the letter out from top of what just seems like a bunch of sugared round donuts, like a bunch of pastries in there. There's like a cupcake and a bunch of strudel in there. Apparently they really like you. Sets that over, just puts those all in front of you. Looks over the letter. Oh yeah, okay. Pipe back in his mouth. You said something about a little bit of an issue over in the Mintarn Mountains. Apparently there's some dwarves. There's some suspected smuggling with the dwarves. There's an inside contact. Really minor stuff, like low-level criminal stuff, but just something that's been a little bit of an annoyance. People have been having trouble getting on top of, and Shepard's distracted with his own personal business, important stuff for the island, and if you would be willing to handle it, they'd appreciate it. Seems like that's it.
What are they smuggling in?
Doesn't mention. Says it's a smuggling operation. Minor crime, nothing to... There's no rush order on this one. No urgency in the wording. It's just, if you could, eventually our own guards are going to get on top of it. You can get it early, we'd appreciate it. I mean, if it turns out exciting, I'd love to see another play about it. I'm loving these new Nightingale plays you guys are in. They're really something.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
Hey, I'm sure you can catch a show on it. If you tell it's you, they're sure they'll give you a private performance if you want.
Why would we do that? Private? You think we could probably get like a private play?
You probably could get that performed for you pretty easy, I imagine.
Like,
Nightingale, they're busy, but appreciate you.
Who would I talk to about that? Like, is there like somebody in particular? Or?
Oh, I mean, just speak to any of the Nightingales when you catch them. They travel about.
Just any of them?
Yeah, any of them. They'll toss it up the chain. I mean, if you really want someone like Amber, someone high up.
I don't know why you would just mention that one.
I mean, she's
Son of a bitch.
kind of pretty high up in the general region, but I guess you could also talk to some others. I mean, he's a little odd, but I suppose you could speak to Typhon, or you could definitely talk to Adrella. Miss Doors is she's a firebrand, but she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, Nings? Is that something you're interested in?
I don't know if anyone on screen can see that, but that was
No.
so wonderful sass. An insight check was rolled, and it was made very clear that certain insight check did not beat even the bonus on a certain character. So, I think a statement has been made this day.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, no, he kind of just anything else I can do for you? Also,
Why?
kiddos here want me to make sure you haven't seen any crocodiles in the nearby river and be careful about them. They're real worried about the crocodile, want to make sure everyone's safe. They even made a little poster for us. So,
I bet you guys are taking that serious because I saw one come out of the water the other day. It scared the crap out of me.
really? Here?
Yeah.
Where we have all the druids did their special magics here.
Well, that explains why it was so huge.
I thought it was, thought that stuff was only in the jungles. Around here, they called it terraforming.
I don't know what it's called. I just know that, yeah. No,
Make a deception check.
Oh, natural one, you son of a bitch.
His
Damn it!
brow goes into a deep furrow. Well, I'm going to need to tell someone about that. There's not supposed to be dangerous critters around towns. That's the big thing we do. No dangerous critters. That's a big part of everything we're doing here. Okay. I will check into that. Thank you. He quickly goes over and begins writing down a note, puts inside a box, pats the top of it, reports off.
You gotta get out of here before you realize that got way too serious. I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna be funny. We should go.
Wonder how that happened. You see him like fully get back up and then like pull out a crossbow. He's kind of resting in his lap. I gotta go check something. Just starts heading out back.
Safety first.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll be plenty safe.
I'd imagine I'd look over at him. What did you? Oh, okay, we're going.
Fantastic. You continue past. Moving on. Are you headed towards Mintarn Harbor at this point?
Yeah, I think ultimately we're headed for the airship. Yeah.
All right, heading towards the airship.
Yeah, because I don't know, failures. I think in case things go south with the smuggling ring, I mean, we could probably talk our way through it. But if it does go south, I'm going to be next to useless to you.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So you're not going to, of course, the Mintarn Mountain where the smuggler ring would. You're going towards the harbor, taking off on the airship. Absolutely. So,
Are they putting on a play today?
all right.
Are they putting on a play today?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We should probably check that out first then.
As you head into the harbor, very quickly after, quick turnaround for them, they are already putting on a show about the Moose Water Tavern and the cult of Tiamat. That's where we're going to take our 10-minute break. We'll come back right after that. All right. All right. Hello, hello. Our break just ended. Welcome back. Over the break, there were ridiculous accents. I just feel that's important context for you, the viewer, to know. We're going to be complete messes for the rest of this session, and I know it deep in my soul. That said, you had all returned back to Mintarn Harbor, where you knew a performance was being made. The newest play, which presents the Moose Water Tavern faces the evil forces of Tiamat. The audience is rapt. These are plays that have been coming out back to back, day to day, and it's always this kind of buzzing excitement. One of they're excited to see the new addition to the great story about the Moose Water Tavern, because of course there have been plays about the Moose Water Tavern consistently, but never back to back like this. Also, there's the excitement of, wow, this is a quick turnaround. I can't wait to watch something go terribly wrong. Which, nothing goes terribly wrong, to the disappointment of a few people. There is a fantastic performance before you. Fantastical, and from your perspective, a little strange. Because a lot of it is following a rough storyline of what actually happens. Except, Gordy, you notice that the person playing you, who is an illusion cast bugbear, an illusion cast over him to make him look like a Musatar, is you, but like the age on you makes you look more refined, like a grizzled moose veteran. The hair underneath your chin wafts in an illusory wind, full standing pridefully at the front. You see a show goes about where Tides Morin is presented as a very competent and evil villain. And the entire time, instead of being incredibly polite, he is this dastardly, daring villain where like he's all done in voiceover that echoes throughout the place. It's truly horrifying. Like they managed to give him a creepy echo and everything. There's also a romance arc. It's between the old man Ninx and Jinto, and it's very strange. Mostly played for laughs. However, it turns into a very tragic moment at the end as the old man dies in Jinto's arms, much to the terrible shrieking up at the sky, as, again, Jinto is played by a just incredible dancer who, she is dressed up in the edgiest rogue outfit to ever rogue. But just through, mostly has a voice actor doing her lines, she is just bodily encapsulating Jinto, and it's an interesting performance, moves in a very interesting way. We go through this tale further and further. You're having this last climactic battle with Tides Morin, who has not run away this entire time. They don't present him as a constant coward. Instead, he is striking lightning bolts out. A lightning bolt goes through the Gordy actor's chest, and he seizes the floor. The entire audience gasps. There's a whole tragic scene after that. You notice the rest of the group, very heroically and with no trace of terrible shadow magic being used, charge Tides Morin and barely manage to take him down before he can kill anyone else. But the spotlight focuses in on Gordy's prone body. There's a moment of just like incredible, tragic, well-worded monologues. People over your form, it's all very dramatized. And for a moment, it causes memories back to what was actually a pretty silent and broken moment. But in this, it's a glorious tale. Odes are sung, incredibly sad moments are had, the audience is weeping, and of course the turnaround comes, where you see a great golden light come from the sky. The shepherd himself picks you up and takes you off in the distance, where you are resurrected in a beautiful scene. There are many tears, many odes, cheers, as they represent the vision in gold and the entire party having one last moment in the sun. And Ambersand comes out of her disguise, this time as the old man, smiling. She had managed to play both the old man and the villain during this moment, having to switch roles constantly. Comes in, smiles. Thank you, thank you. This tale had to be made quickly. We are so glad you enjoyed it. Please remember, the story is still being told and there are heroes everywhere. and perhaps get another tale quite soon. You never know. Moose Water Tavern is always about the vision and gold. Our shepherd always greets them with open arms. Thank you and good day! As there's like cheers and fireworks go off in the distance. It's quite a play. Wilhelm, because I didn't talk about your actor yet, you are played by a halfling who wears a fake goat, fake beard, and the entire time they're kind of played as the eccentric genius. Not exactly your personality as much as they went for eccentric genius, but a little bit like more frenetic, like the Hollywood version of an eccentric genius. And they have a whole comedy routine where there's a puppeteer managing a misfit, and you have conversations back and forth with misfit that are always comedic and just upbeat. You're a comedic relief character much of the time until Gordy dies. It's very dramatic monologues, but you're not represented as a dark character in the slightest. In fact, they do their best to make you as light and fluffy as possible. Show ends. There are many bows, many accolades, cheering from the crowd. Ampersand goes up, meets Nink's eyes, winks, and grins. A very shit-eating grin. As Ampersand is a changeling who just wears her natural form. A tattooed grade form. You can see her picture down in the journal if you wish. She grins, has one last bow with everyone else, and then the show is over.
I suppose.
Yeah, I look down at Will. Does he got his hand crossed? Well, just gotta give me a reason.
What I'm doing.
Well, two things. I'll look down and Misfit and just, I'm sorry, buddy.
Ears droop.
But, I mean, I guess the less they know, the better. And portraying me in a better light isn't necessarily a bad thing. These people don't need to know what's on their island, so I guess I'll be okay with it for now.
Yeah, you're better than that.
Gordy, I'm gonna head to the airship, get it ready.
Alrighty. I'll be there in a minute. I'm kind of curious about something. Because, did I notice that shitty grin from Ampersand?
What do you mean? Oh, the
Did
shitty grin? Make a perception check.
I can't read Nix, but can I read Ampersand? I got a +6. Come on. 18.
18. Yeah, you spotted something. There was a wink and a grin as if she knew exactly who she was playing, and indeed maybe wrote in parts of the script as a joke.
Oh, I get it now. I look at Jinto. How long has that been going on?
Yeah, and then I explained the whole situation now that Gordy's asked about it. Oh, I think she went to his room. I thought it was an assassin, but just a booty call, I think.
Oh. Is that why the tavern smells like... Never mind.
We didn't do anything. We just talked. Like, we wouldn't, like, did she say anything to you about it?
Oh my god, you're adorable. Go talk to her. What are you doing?
No, you can't. No, there's 3 days after somebody teleports into your room. You're supposed to wait 3 days so it doesn't sound like you're too desperate.
Hey! Come here, Encore. I want to talk to you.
You see a multitude of people look over towards you. One is the bugbear who's out of his Musatar illusion, is now kind of upright. Me? Is it, hello?
Yeah, you. Come here.
Oh,
No, No, you're good
No?
though. You're good
No,
though.
thank you. Are you?
Yep.
I just got complimented
Gordy
by-
Mooselton.
I will forever remember this moment.
Okay.
They go off, like walking very straight. They're like tearing up at this moment.
You ruined it for me.
Hide myself and cuss this guy's self as Gurren. So
Absolutely. You disguise yourself as Gurren. Typhon immediately is just going over to you. I think I really got that axe swing down this time as that conversation is happening over to the side.
Yeah.
Focus in on, Emersand does hop down from the stage, moves over. Hi, first time meeting you. Glad is better.
Getting there. Thankfully, thanks to the wonderful healing touch of my good buddy Minx here. Have you met him? I heard you met him. He's a great guy, eh?
We've met.
Yeah. Well, listen. We might be taking out for a couple days here, but you see, I think I prepaid for a couple drinks at the tavern, and when you come back from the dead, you don't feel like drinking too much. So why don't you and Ninx go and take care of that for me?
Yeah. Huh?
She's going to do an insight check right now. Narrows her eyes at Gordy. Oh boy. All right, drinks it is.
All right, you get that fight. Whack, whack. And I go help Wilhelm.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You get used to it.
He died like today? Yesterday?
He was.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was like 2 days ago.
How do you still have your shoulder intact?
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh,
It's been out of place for about a month now, and it just kind of like it's like a bungee cord at this point.
all right. Seriously though, drinks?
Absolutely, let's do it.
God. Goes off, and you both go into the tavern. What's everyone else doing at this point?
I'm headed to the airship. And I mean, yeah, really just making sure that all the cargo's secure.
Mm-hmm.
Just the typical kind of pre-flight maintenance type stuff. Taking all of the armaments, making sure they're all good. Just getting the airship ready for flight.
All right. Very cool. As you're preparing the airship for flight, there are no problems. You don't see anything off. People are letting you go. Jinto, what are you doing?
As I finish my conversation with the actor who played Gurren, making sure he knows how to make his punches, I drop my form when I get outside to join everyone else.
Absolutely. Yeah. He has a whole conversation. You hear just really concerning things. Like, this is a method actor, but they don't actually know what method acting is. They think it's just truly experiencing everything the character has. He's a fucking mess.
Yeah, by now I think that Gurren has taught him to be a level 1 barbarian. That's my thinking.
It really might. It's getting close. Close.
So I try to join a group and also make sure I look for Gurren so he doesn't get left behind.
All right. Looking around.
Yeah.
Gordy, anything from you?
Want to find Wilhelm on the airship?
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk?
About what?
Well, you know me well enough. I know you well enough. So, you want to keep using it, or do you want to get rid of it? Tell me right now. I'll support you either way.
Well, yes.
Okay.
I mean, we've known each other for a while now, but I don't know what it feels like when you do that rage thing you do, but I imagine it's a sense of power that comes from within, a sense of strength, a sense of willpower and constitution that helps you get through what you need to get through in the moment. And I think I felt that. I think I understand how your rage feels, but I don't know if yours are fueled by anger. Mine definitely was. I was concentrating on some magic and it dropped. It just disappeared. And I knew what happened. And I just saw black, just saw darkness. And I was fueled with pure rage. I don't know that I can say that I regret what I did. I mean, we've been best friends for however long now, so I don't have kids. You talk about knowing how the shepherd might feel, you could understand, and I don't have kids, but I mean, I've got you and I've got Misfit, and I mean the whole group really, but losing you was enough, I think. I see what it's done to everybody. I see how they look at me, and that doesn't make me feel good. And well, to be honest, I had a bit of a dream last night, there when we camped out. Not real sure what to make of it yet. There was a man in the dream. Seemed kind of familiar to me, but I couldn't quite make him out. And there was a dragon, but everything was dark. And the man was calling out to me, telling me to come, and he said, "Be one of us." And I know that this essence comes from a dark place. And listening to people talk and kind of thinking on my own, I don't know if it's the same place that Terry went to, but I think it's similar, at least. And I mean, I don't know, kind of threw me in a spin, and I feel like if I don't get a grip on this, I could get lost. And I think that I could ultimately become something that, I don't know, something that would need to be banished. So yeah, there's a part of me that doesn't want this anymore, because I don't want to become that. I don't, I mean, if I could learn to wield that kind of power when I need it without losing myself, that would be great. But this thing is so strong, and I feel like ever since I did what I did, its hold on me is just going to continue to get stronger. So if I don't do something, I think it may only get worse.
I ever tell you about the legend of the Moose Water, how we were first created?
I know you have a real strong connection to your God, but I don't remember if that has anything. I think it has something to do with it, but I don't remember.
We were actually just regular old Minotaur, descendants of Baphomet, creatures of pure rage and darkness and hunger and power seeking and wanting to kill everything that stood before us, warlike. Kill your brother if he had something you wanted. At least that's how the story goes. But took one that had the courage, asked for help, and led all like-minded others out. And with the power of Sylvanus, and apparently a really powerful druidess, the darkness was reduced. Still there to this day. When I rage, I take that sugar because I need it. My rage doesn't come from anger. Well, most of the time. Grilla was a special exception. I tapped into something I shouldn't have. But every Musitar, ever since you're young, you get trained by your folk. Kinda keep that down. Push it down. You don't need it. My rage comes from my faith in others, what I want to do for my family. And the sugar is like a catalyst. It kickstarts it. So the way I see it is you're tapping into the powers of Baphomet and you don't need it. You just might need to talk to someone that's got the power to show you the different way. You don't need it.
Well, I've often wondered if this wasn't put on me as a curse. I mean, I told you about my mentor and what happened, and the grief and the guilt that I carry along with that. And of course, I was a bit raised and trained and worked for the Haruan Wizards, and well, they're not exactly known for their humility and kindness. But you mentioned asking for help, and one of the things that kind of stood out to me about the dream that I had was, to me anyway, was different from the rest of it. When we were in Waterdeep, I went to that Temple of Gond and, tried to find a new source, I guess. I was raised to believe in glitter gold, creator of gnomes and things like that. But because I've heard a lot of people make fun of glitter gold as I grew up, but in the dream there was these flashes of light, and it reminded me anyway. The noise was a very familiar noise to me. It was like a hammer hitting an anvil. And I don't know if that was possibly a message from Gond. Maybe I don't know. I mean, it's this world of darkness that I was in, and these small flashes of light. And I think that's what I'm going to try to hold on to, were the flashes of light and the familiarity of the anvil, and try and use that to give me some strength to try and get through this until maybe until the shepherd can figure out how to uncurse things. I don't know. But if I'm honest, that power felt really good, and that's a hard feeling to shake.
We seen what happened to Morin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, it's your life. I'm not here, any of you fellers. I'm just trying to keep you all alive. But it's your lives to live. I'm
Well,
worried about you. I'm not gonna lie, but
I think there's I think there's a step I can take. Maybe if there is somebody watching me, there's a gesture of good faith, I suppose, that I can take. And I'm going to whistle real quick, call Misfit over. Gordy, do me a favor and lend me your antlers, my friend. And I'm going to reach into Misfit and grab the stack of papers that are tucked away and pull them out and hold them up in between Gordy's antlers as he casts Burning Hands.
Catching fire, they burn in your hands. Feel something curled around the base of your spine. Watch and laugh. Fade. Still there.
That is terrible.
Sorry.
Switching from this moment. Nyx, you're getting a drink with amber sand, or amber, or sand, depending on her mood.
Fair.
How's that going, do you think?
Wonderful. I am going to be describing halfway into my glorious manipulation of Gordy, which has paid off fantastic.
Oh yeah.
You know how when you have like a deck of cards, or then they give you your hand and you got a really good hand.
Yeah.
You need everybody else to bet big. So what do? Pretend to be nervous. Fantastic. He falls for it every time. You can't imagine how easy this. Oh my god. Oh my god.
She is laughing along with you very much. Just big old grin across her face. That easy, huh?
Oh yeah, no. The entire way back, every time they mention your name, I get super flustered, and you should see his face. He is apparently paying for beer. I didn't get that finalized though. That's a problem.
Right.
Huh.
Let's shift back a little bit. So what was the point of that then?
I don't know. I really don't. I commonly do things that have absolutely no point. Discovered that about myself. Like commonly.
Commonly?
Yeah, like 70 to 80% of the things I do have literally no point.
Seems like a weird way to live life.
Yeah. I don't know. You ever just get like moods to do things?
Yeah, but usually there's a reason behind those moods.
Well, I mean, I stopped asking when I had the mood to cast spells and they just started coming.
That's fair. I don't have spells given to me by the divine. Can't say that's a experience I've had.
Yeah. Still trying to figure that one out.
Huh.
What is it you do, by the way? I assume that you were like taught martial arts, perhaps in a monastery.
I learned how to defend myself from experience, and then I took what resources were given to me by the new shepherd.
Huh. I'm still confused about that guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, you ever meet somebody who's not quite good, but not quite bad?
Interesting way to see him.
I mean, what's the difference between a tyrant and a king?
Heavy question.
I don't like gray areas. They're difficult.
Mm. Oh, they're definitely difficult for me too. Very hard to write stories about gray.
Yeah. We had a friend who was a cleric, really big in the order, the fisticuffs or whatever there was. Ended up selling herself to a demon in order to try and save people. So I don't know
That
how I
sounds
feel about
less
it.
gray.
Well, it saved people, didn't it?
I guess.
There's a weird parody in life where you constantly see all of these people try and do good, but end up hurting people in the process.
Is that kind of your job?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I empathize with you. World's never been nice for me. I like stories. Get to know who's the hero.
Exactly.
I don't know. Life's never been that easy.
It was for a little bit. Everybody started making dark and evil deals.
That'll do it. That'll do
Yeah.
it. I mean, it's less deals. It's more. I don't know. I like freedom. I like doing whatever I want. I like telling stories. I'd like to tell more of the stories I want to tell.
What kind of stories you want to tell?
Something where like the plot doesn't require gratuitous violence. Like a comedy every once in a while. Maybe one that doesn't need to have a moral.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. And again, I know that the stories I tell do help people. Everyone here enjoys them, and there's a purpose to all of it.
You
It's
think about
difficult.
taking a vacation, maybe?
Yeah.
Like right
I-
now.
Right now? Plan was in a month. I can try and rush order that, but are you asking me to head out with you on your flying ship?
Yeah, like a really extended date.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You can make a persuasion check. As she does want to go on that date with you. She also has a job.
There's a 27 hit the DC.
Well, it's the job DC, so the DC is pretty high, but she shifts back. Okay. Let me send word in. I'm going to get an earful for this, but count me interested. Sure. Or we can head out on a big airship and see what happens.
Should probably tell someone,
Yes.
but I kind of don't want to.
You cannot tell your group. I am going to tell the people who need to know I'm not going to be here for the next show. So I'm going to need to tell my understudy. They're going to be happy.
In that case, what was it?
You can not tell your friends if you want. I don't know. Just tell me what part I'm playing.
I think I got this. Meet at the docks?
At the docks. Small grin heads out into the crowd.
I have a terrible idea. I'm going to head back to the boat.
Oh yeah, fantastic. You head back to the boat. You
As I get close, I'm going to shift my form into that of Ambersand.
okay? Fantastic.
I'm just gonna walk on board.
Absolutely. Pale gray skin, all the tattoos perfectly matched. You head on board. You all see the performer from on stage walk on board your airship.
But hello?
Hey, what's up? We're gonna need to wait a little bit. I got some stuff from the tailoring shop. Hopefully you don't mind. I'm going like full costume, like all of them.
Well, I mean, we're waiting on a couple people anyway, but
Gurn's not here, is he?
I haven't seen him board yet.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why you're on my ship.
Oh,
Did Ninx bore you already?
I'm so sorry. This was a practical joke. I completely forgot. I don't even remember the premise of the practical joke anymore.
A few moments later, a male drow that Ninx was last disguised as walks onto the ship wearing all the clothes that they were before. Why are you here? They say towards Ninx, disguised as Ampersand. I told you it just wasn't going to work out. Like the whole.
I will turn around and I will grab the other me by the collar and I will say, "I love you, and you will never get rid of me."
Okay. This is a little grabbing at the hands a little bit. This is, guys, please help me out. Please. What are you all doing? You're seeing this random scene occur.
I wonder where Jinto's at.
Just like you're just letting this happen at this point.
This is the problem with fucking around 80% of the time.
Yeah, man, I'm not selling it properly.
Oh, no. I mean, this is going to be a nightmare for them for the next week.
Okay. All right, we're gonna make this work.
By the way, before the Ninx arrives,
Mhm.
I just turn to the Ampersand and just say, "Oh, did he do that bit where he says he doesn't know what he's talking about and he acts all bashful to make me do stuff?" It's cute, eh?
Huh? No, he said he had nothing but the most, utmost respect for you. Is it not?
Yeah, that's not him. No, he does this thing where he tries to be all cutesy to make me do things for him, but I know deep in his heart, he just, he's really wounded, especially with everybody always leaving him, and he needs to make light of things to feel better about it.
This is getting like really personal. This is getting really personal. Okay, I feel insulted at this point. Gentle, this is your fault.
I'm not there yet.
God damn it, Jinto. Try to run from his responsibilities.
We're not actually sure if Gento's here or not. He just kind of hides all the time for literally no reason at all, ever. He just kind of...
So I know what Ninx can do under the impression this Ampersand can Miss Sand or Amber, whatever. How do you know so much about Jinto?
Yeah, it turns over towards how do you know so much about Jinto?
All right.
I'm gonna look over at Gordy and just give him a look like these two.
Yeah, I know.
So you were saying how do you know so much about Jinto?
Know so much about Jinto.
There was a love affair. I apologize.
I knew he's cheating on me.
All the time.
With Jinto, now I know you're lying.
Well, Our love can't be quantified. Stop disintegrating people. I'm going to walk inside.
Remember how he said something about how always 80% screwing around always backfires?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna look over at Neeks.
Yes.
I guess they're your responsibility and another mouth to feed. So hope you have that taken care of.
I mean, that's kind of what we do normally, isn't it?
Yeah, but not adding the we part in. It was more you.
Hmm?
So just as long as you continue,
I don't know what you're talking about, guys.
to take care of your responsibilities. That's
Yeah.
all I have.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can handle my. Do I not pull my own weight?
Yeah, you usually polish Roberta really good. Here
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
Oh yeah, of course. They drop it off the side of the ship.
Try again.
That is very cool. Okay, that's so cool. Sorry. 1 moment. What?
Yeah.
What did that do? Okay, just tosses it off again. Oh, come. That's never going to get old. Wait, what if you, like, put it underneath someone? Like, if they start using a seat, does it just teleport out from under them?
I don't know. Let's find out, Nix. Here, stand on the edge of the ship.
Immediately
on
they
my
stand
axe.
on it. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. Sorry, this whole joke, I don't care about it anymore. That? Yes. Okay. Hello. Transforms back into ampersand. Too good. That's too good. Okay.
Well,
Their clothes once again takes on their own patchwork, colorful entourage. Sorry, ensemble.
the only other thing I'll tell you, Miss, is if you're going with us, your stories are great and all, but they're not exactly always told in the proper fashion and in the way that things actually happen. So as long as you can handle yourself and take care of yourself, you'll be fine. But
I'm aware. I lived on Mintarn before it was under Shepherd rule. I'm aware. And
Alright.
I know the actual story. We tell a nicer version. That's kind of our job as the Nightingales. Also, we try to give Gordy a really cool voice because we're like, you know what Gordy could use? Just like kind of a sexy accent. That's what
What's
we
wrong
gave
with my
him.
voice?
No, your voice is great. It's just,
Right.
advertising. It's like, we're trying to give the whole grizzled hero thing, so.
I look at Wilhelm. What's wrong with my voice?
my
My wife loves my voice.
You're a hero to
I'm
me.
sure she
man.
does. I'm sure she does. I'm gonna go and do the thing.
You don't get airsick, do you?
Let's find out. I've never been off of Mintarn. But we're in the air, so I'm just gonna stay inside for most of this, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the next 20 minutes, I obsess about what's wrong with my voice.
Absolutely.
I will. I'm actually going to pull out my little sending stone and Gento.
I feel buzzing in my pocket.
We're we're getting ready to go. So if you found Garen or whatever, then we need to go.
I go, is this thing on? Is this thing on? Oh, it's 25 words. Wait, how many words did I say?
Wait, how many words did I? That's how you get.
I go like, foul current coming? Question mark. And that's all you get.
It says question mark out
Yeah,
loud.
it says question mark out loud because I think it has to translate that.
You know he's using 2 words, just what an inflection could do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, God.
You magic to him, right? So I assume I found Garen and dragged him along. So
All right. Well, everybody buckle up. And I'll kick in the sails and find that right little gust of wind and get her airborne.
Oh fuck, I get airsick. You hear from beneath as it takes off into the air. And you're on your way. Travel takes a while. I mean, it's so much faster than going by ship. What, however, are you doing in the interim? Are there any scenes you have on the ship? Any moments you'd like to have before we close up this session?
I'd just like to say I would like to have Gento at the helm with me so that he can guide us to the Moonshade Isles and we don't get lost.
All right.
So.
There's one thing I'd like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Possible. Once we get over the open ocean, away from the Mintarn Wyvern Rider people, because I know how uppity they are about things. I will grab Amber and I will say, "Come on, I gotta show you something."
All right. This is awful. As you continue dragging her, you drag her up the island of Mintarn, going farther and farther away. She goes with you.
All right, come here. I will get into the kind of the center of the ship, and I will walk over to the edge.
Oh no! Oh, we are not doing that. Afraid of water. Remember, afraid of water.
Oh no! Just trust me. You have to trust me. Lifetime experience.
I'm gonna regret this. Goes over to the edge very slowly.
As soon as he gets to the edge, I will kind of lean over and just start to jump. And as I do, I will dual cast Polymorph and turn us into giant eagles.
You turn yourself into a giant eagle or turn her into a giant eagle?
Dual cast, both of us.
Oh. Jumps off. She's confused at first. I mean, mind of eagle suddenly. Then she's flying, and then you're both flying, traveling through the air around the ship. And suddenly, she's not airsick. Everyone else, what are you guys doing? As you see two giant eagles flying around the ship.
I think Jinto's at the helm and kind of guiding Wilhelm, kind of also learning a little bit about the controls of the ship.
Yes,
I always feel like there'd be a lot of gears and buttons and things like that. And then he casually mentioned, like, I think there's some eagles following us. You want you to check it out?
Well, see if Ninx is on board first.
Oh, okay. And as I walk away, I go like, well, I guess the air is also my favorite terrain now. It's Rangers.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I will look for Nix. Do I need a survival check?
You look around, you would be able to find an absence of Nyx.
Okay. Like, yep, Nix is gone.
Well, that's probably him.
All right. Wave at the eagles. And that's it. That's all I want to do.
Pretty. You see Jinto and Wilhelm at the helm. Nynx and this new person he just kind of brought along, flying in the wind as eagles. You have that same heavy tiredness in your bones, but you watch all of this as the sun grows to midday and shines across the water.
I'll find a nice spot, lean up against one of the masts, and kick back a little bit and take my new pipe out. And take a couple drags and look around. Sunset. Really seems he's got an idea in his head, and Ninx hasn't been himself in a while, and seen him horsing around with a new friend. That's doing good for my heart. I'll get to see Jinto in his natural element. I just think to myself, it was worth it coming back. For now. But God, am I looking forward to finally not dealing with the old bones. Oh God.
Oh, yep, all this shift. You're trying to get there, and eventually, all this tiredness, all these aches. That last image of two eagles on the wind. Blissful, midday sleep finds you under the heat of the sun. That's where we're going to end our session. I know it's a little early, but I cannot think of a better way to end it. Very well done, guys. And interesting, I will note down that Ambersand is traveling with you. All right.
She was described as very competent, kind of.
She is competent.
Yeah.
No, this is not. I will always warn you if you're bringing someone along who will just die on your adventures. It's just like, I have 4 hit points. I'll generally let you know that they're freakishly incompetent.
Perfect.
As long as we don't run
Probably
into
won't need to deal with like a tragic end to this whole outing and moments of like self-discovery for Nynx, which is like, oh God, she fell down a cliff and died. Probably won't need to deal with that one. No,
It's only
you won't go
10
rock
feet.
climbing and deal with a dead changeling just like scattered on the rocks. You don't need to deal with that.
Why'd she turn into a goldfish? All right.